Well, welcome back. If you're going to make the chicken a la Vito we showed you in the last segment, you're going to need some quality chicken breast to throw into the mix, and that's for our healthy shopping segment. So, Joe, how do we find those good chickens that don't have all those bad things in them?
Well, the good news is that it's not as hard to find them as it used to be.
I know, that's true.
If you've ever been on one of those big food processing farms, and I have been, you will see chickens upon chickens all cooped up, literally strung together with IVs, okay? And those IVs feed them antibiotics, growth hormones. They want to make the chickens bigger, fatter, quicker, so they can get them to market quicker. They get more per pound for them. Their eggs, they increase the amount of eggs they can lay, and they make the eggs bigger, so they get more money for the eggs. And they also artificially inseminate the chicken. These are all things that God did not design. God designed a rooster and a chicken to make eggs together, okay?
Well, so, I also heard, too, that in these factories where they produce chickens like that, that the eggs, the shell is so soft, they actually have to inject something in there to make the shell hard enough to,
That's absolutely true. And if you buy cage-free, omega-3 enhanced, farm-raised chickens, you have to give it a pretty good whack. Like when I made those pancakes this morning for the show and for my kids, I'm really beating on those because it's got a nice thick membrane to protect, the chick if there was a chick to be born. That's the way that was designed to do. I think we have a graphic on this, Shirley, some bullet points on how to buy healthy chicken. Cage-free, never caged. That sounds like a redundancy, but you have to be careful. Sometimes they'll say cage-free, and what that means is that they let that chicken out of the cage for 5 minutes a day.
Oh, so they can put that on there and charge more.
They can put that on. You want never caged, okay?
Never caged,
that thing is just running around. Natural farm diet. What's a natural farm diet for a chicken? Bugs.
Rocks.
They eat little pebbles, for digestion. They drink water out of troughs. I mean, that's what they do. Let them do their thing. Naturally inseminated. We talked about the rooster and chicken. No growth hormones, no hormones of any kind. It's completely drug-free, pesticide-free. Sometimes the grain of which they're fed which is not a natural part of their diet, the grain of which they're fed is grown in soil that also has chemicals in it. They eat that, we eat them. It's a bad situation. And remember this lastly, and our buying tip here, our shopping tip, biggest is not best. In fact, chickens were designed to be roughly so big. When you get these big, huge ones, when you see these chicken breasts like this, there's two things that are in them, growth hormones, and they're pumped full of water. Unfortunately, the government lets them put X amount of water into the chicken. So that kind of plumps things up, gives you a false sense of security. When you buy those processed chickens, that's a case where you're actually better off. I'll take grass-fed beef over a processed chicken anytime. Really? Now, if it's a free-range chicken, grass-fed beef, chicken 2 to 1, I think is a pretty good mix. It's not about the animal that you're eating, it's how that animal was raised.
Well, Dr. McKeever, chicken is a good heart-healthy food, though, isn't it?
It's excellent. Right.
Because it's low in fat.
It's low in saturated fats.
And I've heard that turkey is even better. I don't know for sure, but I heard that turkeys grow fast on their own. So even like processed turkeys that you buy don't usually have as much additives as the chicken. Do you know about that, Joe?
I don't know specifically. I would say fresh is always better. Fresh is always better. Interestingly, bison has less saturated fat and cholesterol than skinless chicken breast. Most people don't know that.
Really?
Yes. Well, if you look at a bison, it's a very muscular animal. So we had left off in the last break, though, promising to come back and talk about children's heart health. My daughter actually was born with transposition of the great vessels, which is one of those mysterious things that kids are born with, where their pulmonary artery and aorta are actually reversed. Technology saved her life, and she's leading a healthy life, so we're grateful for that. But the heart disease that we're talking about here with children is more the kind that is kind of self-induced. I recently read a study that said they're projecting, if we stay on this trend, that our life expectancy is actually going to start going back down again because of the childhood obesity, and that they're seeing a onset of type 2. They can't say adult onset because it's happening in kids. What are you seeing, Dr. McKeever?
Well, I'm an adult cardiologist, but we certainly, deal with all aspects of heart disease, and we're very interested in what goes on in the children because they eventually get to us. And we do see the problem of obesity. We have done studies in local high schools measuring cholesterol levels in children in high school, and it's alarmingly high on average. And the Heart Association has gotten involved with all this, and so there's been a big push to try to, get a healthy lifestyle, a healthy diet.
Healthy cafeteria foods and things like that,
food, yeah.
Well, and I'm so glad to see, you know, my title is a health activist, so one of the things we do is try and get information to people, and people like me, groups like me, it's taking effect. You know, you see Subway offering apples, you know, we see even McDonald's offering apples or grapes instead of French fries. It's a step in the right direction. Kids should not have, if kids having high cholesterol rating, that's a lifestyle thing. That's not a genetic thing, right?
That's right.
They're genetics at that point in time. So.
And I understand, you know, some schools now don't offer French fries and things like that. So that's a very positive move. Well, remember, for more information, check out Kylea.com or TLN.com. Click on Kylea or click on Balanced Health. And coming up, if you have questions about your health and how to stay healthy, email those questions to balancedhealth@TLN.com. And we'll be right back to answer some more of the questions you sent in and with Dr. McKeever. So stay with us.